Hello guys, today we will talk about how to complete your assignment in writing class. It is creative writing, compare and contrast my life before and after school break. When you click on the actual assignment, you will see two things. First is a rubric, and it just explains to you how you will receive your grade. Basically, you will need to have 5 paragraphs. Each paragraph is worth 20 points. So don't worry about this one too much. Go to your second attachment, and this is your Google Docs attachment. Actually, it's a HyperDoc, and if you click on it, it's going to take you to this template. And this is a HyperDoc. It's not exactly a Google Doc, the one that you're used to working in a classroom, so don't try to write in it. It's not going to let you. You are not writing in this document. You only read it, click on the hyperlinks, and follow directions. So your step number 1, engage. Think about your school and personal life before and after spring break. You will need to chat with your friends through Google Classroom and Zoom lessons to see how the comments are similar or different to or from yours. So tomorrow, Tuesday, and on Thursday, we'll have Zoom lesson from 12:30 till 1:30. So we have a chance to discuss this assignment. We'll talk about your differences and similarities. Before, after school break, you'll have a chance to talk to other classmates. So you'll have a chance to gather information and ideas. But even before that Zoom lesson, you can start working on it today. Take a piece of paper, sticky note, get a new Google Docs, and write down how your life was, and write all of the differences before spring break began. Then write all of the differences after the spring break. What is taking place that never took place before. And then write what is similar, what did not change, what is still the same. After we complete this part of the assignment, we go to part 2. And this is explore. So this is where you will need to click on actively learn hyperlink, and you will need to sign in into Google account and read 2 articles. Article number 1 is named Everything is Cancelled, Teen Scope During Coronavirus Crisis. Article number 2 is Student Guide 9 Tips for Working from Home. So this is how it works. You click on the link and you have a new window popping up. Then you click on the actual actively learn link the way we usually do it in regular classroom. And when the window actually pops up, you click on sign in. And you sign in with your Google account, the same account we always use in a regular school class. So this is my account. I'm going to click, let's just say, on block 1. And here are the articles you have assigned. So here is your article 1. Everything is cancelled in scope during coronavirus crisis. So click on it, read it, answer questions. It's going to be the same way we've done it before. Article number 2, Student Guide 9 Tips for Working from Home. Also click on it, read, answer questions. It'll give you a lot of really good ideas what you can put in your writing in an actual story. So after you finish those 2 articles and you answer the questions, you're going back to the template. Now we finished with the step number 2, explore. We're going to step number 3, explain. So this is where you actually have to write 3 paragraphs. That will be a paragraph 2, 3, and 4. In order to do this, you need to attach new Google Docs to this assignment and type up your explanation on how your life is the same, different when you think about how things were before spring break and how they are now. You should have 3 paragraphs. Paragraph before the spring break, you write about all the differences, how you went to school, how you were able to go to the mall and socialize with all of your friends, you had birthday parties, you had quinceañeras. Then you write the next paragraph with differences after school break. You're no longer going to school, we have a shelter-in-place order, we cannot get together more than 10 people at the time. And then next paragraph, what stayed the same? We still have school. It's online school, but it is a school. You still do work on assignments. You still work, for you especially, you still work on your reading and writing. You have most of the Assignments are very much the same. You still can talk to your friends when you are on the phone. You still get to spend some time with your family and friends. So think about what is exactly the same before and after your school break. Now, after you write those 3 paragraphs, we're moving on to next one. Apply. Now that you have similarities and differences figured out and written out, write an introduction to your paper. Remember, this will be your first paragraph. So you already have your paragraph 2, 3, and 4. This is your main body. Now you need to go to the very beginning of the paper and write your first paragraph. Add your introduction to the beginning of your paper. Make sure to mark each paragraph with an indent. So at the beginning of the paper, you can talk about how everybody's life was affected by COVID-19, coronavirus, how people have to do certain things, how difficult it is, and how certain things stay the same. So, and then you moving on to your second, third, and fourth paragraphs. And after you finish writing your introduction paragraph, you're moving on to reflect. So this is where it's time to write your conclusion. So now you have paragraph 1, introduction, paragraph 2, differences before school break, paragraph 3, differences after school break, and paragraph 4, what is still the same. You need to write what life lesson did you learn in the last 2 weeks. So what did you learn for the last 2 weeks? What exactly happened in your life that gave you an aha moment? What advice would you give yourself if you could go back in time? So pretend you had a time machine. If you could go back and talk to yourself 2, 3 weeks ago, what would you tell yourself? What kind of advice would you give yourself? What would you do differently? And then, of course, when you finish writing all 5 paragraphs, please highlight your entire writing, highlight your entire story, click on speak and listen to it a couple of times. Go over it and please correct all of your mistakes. After you're absolutely positive your writing is perfect, you check that you have every sentence beginning with a capital letter, you have punctuation marks, you have your dialogue, you have your literary devices, you have your awoobies sentences. Now you are ready to submit your masterpiece in Google Classroom. So make sure you submit this paper, attach it to the assignment, and turn it in. I'm going to warn you right now, you are pretty famous in San Antonio ISD. A lot of teachers, a lot of administrators know about my classes, they know about you. So your papers will be shared with your classmates, obviously. They will be shared with the entire Lanier High School, and they will be shared with San Antonio ISD. So make sure you take pride in your work. Make sure that you are doing a really good job, something that you should be very proud of. And after I read all of your papers, I'm going to find the absolutely best ones, the ones that I know can touch many people in many ways and change their lives. We are going to publish your papers. When you write, keep in mind that we live in a historical moment. Your papers may be that special link for future generations that will allow kids like you in the future to relive and experience what a lot of you are going through right now. I truly believe that I have lots of future famous writers enrolled in my classes right now. So the best papers will be published. We're going to combine my classes, IESL classes, and Mr. Holt's classes. We'll get the best papers. I'm going to make them into a book, and we are going to publish them. So if you have any questions, you'll have a chance to ask those questions during Zoom lesson. Remember, one more time, our Zoom lesson will take place on every Tuesday and every Thursday from 12:30 till 1:30 p.m. I hope I'll see you there tomorrow.